This ain't gonna take long. I'm actually just gonna roll the intro and go right into this because I caught a little bit of this nonsense. I want to correct it before I go off and later tonight go to the movies with my mother and some of my other family members who are now in town. So let's go ahead and get into this, all right?
The announcement is this. I'm going to be doing a Google Hangout next Friday, not today, but next Friday. And that particular Google Hangout will be focused on primarily one thing. I'm asking everyone to bring their own personal rap to this particular Google Hangout.
I'm going to expose myself on YouTube. I'm going to make a YouTube video embarrassing myself.
Thank
you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, I got to tell you about the fabulous, most groovy
G-Man. G-Man.
You know you're breaking the law right now.
I will stomp a mud hole in you, sir.
I am not playing, Dragnet.
My name is G-Man.
You got the audacity. You're going to jail. You got the audacity.
My name is G-Man.
You got the audacity. That's all I got to say. You got the audacity. I stole $3,000. You got the audacity. You got the audacity. Because you don't got no evidence.
My name is G-Man. My name is G-Man.
No big business that I mean.
My name is G-Man. My name is G-Man.
Baby. You can't beat me in fighting. You can't beat me in chemistry. You can't beat me in biology. You can't even walk better than me. You can't outrun me. Dude, you can't even out-talk me. Come to Jersey. Come to Jersey. Come to Jersey. Come to Jersey. Come to Jersey City.
G-Man.
You got the audacity. You're going to jail. You got the audacity.
My name is G-Man.
You got the audacity. That's all I got to say. You got the audacity. I sold $3,000. You got the audacity. Audacity. You got the audacity. Audacity. Because you don't got no evidence.
My name is G-Man. G-Man. My name is G-Man.
So big in this guy be.
My name is G-Man. G-Man. My name is G-Man. G-Man.
You can't beat me in fighting. You can't beat me in chemistry. You can't beat me in biology. You can't even walk better than me. You can't outrun me. Dude, you can't even out-talk me. Come to Jersey. Come to Jersey. Come to Jersey. Come to Jersey. Come to Jersey City. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Preaching to the Choir Ministries.
Okay, NIFB Jesus, whatever secrets you know to turning mac and cheese powder into an explosive, you keep that to your damn self, okay? I don't want to be responsible for nothing nobody does in nobody's house. Anyway, folks, I caught a bit of this as I was sitting in my biochemistry lab. We weren't actually in the lab, we were in the computer lab, filling out Excel sheets on protein purification tables and whatnot and everything and whatnot. So I caught this and I had one info in as I was trying to figure out how to do Excel. And there were quite a few things that I found hilarious. Absolutely. His revisionist history of Google Plus is always interesting because he remembers things that literally never fucking happened. And it's always interesting to hear from other folks who are also there and just random folks that y'all tend not to hear from just to kind of, outweigh it. Oh, NFBG. Oh, you fellow. Oh, NFBG's Army too. Oh, yeah, you probably a tanker. All right, so I didn't catch the beginning of this. So I listened to a little bit just now, and it looks like something got cut off here at the beginning. I don't know if he's having internet issues or what, but we're gonna listen to this.
And you have various other shows here online. Some Christians, like myself, actually enjoyed going to Fundamentally Flawed. I enjoyed going to the Magic Sandwich Show. I enjoyed getting an invite to go to those things. First of all, it was rare. I got to talk to people I don't normally get to talk to at that particular time. And
yeah, there's something out of sync here. The audio is out of sync with the video, and it looks like it's starting in wherever the hell this was. It was just a cook, yeah. But here's what's interesting, G-Man. Let me put something. Let me put something out there. As far as the Magic Sandwich Show is concerned, you ain't gonna be on it. So just so you know, just so there's no illusions about anything considering any potential guests or spots or positions, you ain't gonna be on it. Just so we're clear on that. So I hope you enjoyed whatever time you spend in the Pastor Magic Sandwich Show. You ain't gonna be on it, bro. So there we go. Just to get out that, just so I can get that out the gate, because I thought that was hilarious. You reminiscing about that. So whatevers.
I don't know. It was an interesting experience to actually talk about something, stay on topic, have very strong moderation. And you knew when you talked, you had better take advantage of the opportunities that you had. And these were the atheist shows that was on here. We had some Christian shows. We had the Bible Thumping We Nut with Matt Slick, and he invited the atheists into the room. And the atheists got good quality time. You know what I mean? To talk to a Matt Slick and to be able to go back and forth with him about theology, atheism in general. You know what I mean? You had a guy that was very educated, who was willing to sit there and talk to an atheist about these things. And it benefited both parties because it started a lot of conversation. It started a lot of a lot of debate, and it got people to think in this community about a lot of different things.
That is actually true. There's actually, if y'all didn't see Fundamentally Flawed, I came in at the tail end of that. I was watching certain things around that time, but I was never actively a participant in that. Not that I remember, but I was a participant in Magic Sandwich Show. Some of y'all remember me from Skeptic Finch Show back during Vaughn TV. And yes, many of those platforms have some very interesting conversations in which people could learn from. Not this guy. Not this guy at any point in time did he actually learn. He learned how to have conversations a bit better, but he didn't actually learn things from them, right? Because you can walk away from a conversation with Floyd FP, Sock Account, Ozzy, Alex Malpass, folks like that, and y'all could learn a little bit about epistemology. You can learn about different systems of logic. You can learn what some of these things are and actually feel edified. Not this cat. So he would struggle to tell you specifically what he'll tell you the label of something. So I give you, as my mother says, I'll give you for instance. I give you an example of something that I specifically learned, right? There was, and I've forgotten it since, but there was a conversation with J.D. Kane and Ozzy and a few others, and they spoke about error theory, and I had never heard of that. Was my first time ever hearing about error theory, and I want to say JD was putting it forth as his position on this particular topic. Again, since then I've forgotten what it was. I'm not even gonna lie, but that's the first time that I was really introduced to it, and I could sit down, take some notes, and go back and listen to it. It's actually probably still on JD's channel. If you ask G-Man, hey, when you engaged in a conversation with someone, you're mentioning Fundamentally Flawed. What was your takeaway from that? What was your takeaway? Whoop. I can tell you what he took away from his conversation with Thunderfoot, learning what the word plastic means. And no, I'm not talking about the polymer. The word plastic, as in plastic to the environment. He learned what that word meant real quick.
I had G-Man versus the World. Veckel had Thank God for Atheism. True Empiricism recently had Bring It Evolutionists. And while some people didn't like the formats of some of these shows, still it's generated a lot of conversation, a lot of debate, and it helped a lot of people's channels grow. Like, for example, TST.
So here's something that's interesting. When G-Man says people didn't like the format, there was no show, there was no discussion happening on any of those channels. Now at the beginning, like when this stuff started really taking off, True would invite people on his channel. But when you have Bring It Evolutionists, and then when Evolutionists brought it, they could at one point you could get in, but he would mute you the second you get a point in. Then he just stopped inviting people altogether because he figured out, oh, well, people remember me getting my ass kicked, so I better hide these and not let them speak. So people stopped going to that. G-Man was famous for G-Man versus the World, where it was, at one point in time, a place where you could actually come and challenge him, back when he wasn't so much of a bitch. Have y'all actually seen people on Bring It Evolutionists or whatever, G-Man versus the World? Have you actually seen anybody come on there? Oh, you're a dragoon. What is that? I don't know. It's just something that's scary. No. Each one of these guys, especially Veckel. Veckel is probably one of the first to start the I'm sensitive, I don't want you to speak on my channel bullshit. The most insecure out of the bunch. The most insecure. So, I guess G-Man and True are taking after him. Man, it is just, he's not going to reply to your debate. He wants money, folks. This video, I heard a little bit about what this video is about, and it's exactly what I think. It's about money. He's upset. There you go. You see that right there on the screen? That he's upset about that. Period. That's what this is about.
Much as a lot of us Christians didn't like it, whenever we said something in one of our shows, when Tuesday got around here, they spent a lot of time talking about those things on those particular shows. I think what killed all of this was when people started going into these rooms and they started porn bombing these rooms. They made everything personal. They became very trollish. And don't get me wrong, some of these hangouts thrived on that. Some of them hangouts actually needed it because some of them.
So things went. Oh, thank you, Math Pig. Let's see. Put towards soap for G-Man's dirty dick thank you and whatnot. Yeah, so G-Man's recollection of this is that it went downhill because they started porn bombing, they started getting personal. It had nothing to do with G-Man's behavior at all, folks. It had nothing. Now, I don't condone people porn bombing him. That happened every so often to people's hangouts. It happened to me and JD, right? I've had my shit porn bombed. TST has been porn bombed. It happened to everybody. Get over it, right? People have gotten personal with me. I've gotten personal with them. This idiot takes no responsibility for a goddamn thing. Well over half the stuff that got personal is by his doing. He gets upset because he should be able to, Gary Moore should be able to mention and reference things in your life and question you and make certain comments. But you can't reciprocate that because he's a victim, folks. At all times, he's a fucking victim. And if he's mad, he can come holler at me. That's why things got bad, G-Man. It was you. If you have no idea, if you want to remember back, because I still have the videos on my channel, it was you. Notice that he always takes himself out of that. Oh, well, they started doing it. No, it wasn't anyone started stuff. It was this idiot that I'm looking at on my screen who couldn't control his fucking self and started talking out of his neck, and then people checked him. Just like y'all saw MP check him in Tom Rabbit's hangout, he got that back then. Every so often he got that. And then when people kept referencing it, well, he needs to up the ante. So, I love it. I love when he wants to try and redo the history that we all were present for and pretend like that shit was not his fault. You elicited 90% of that shit. 90%. Some of the stuff just came out of left field. I will say yes, absolutely. Some people that had no issue with G-Man just started saying and doing all kind of stuff to him that wasn't appropriate. But for a vast majority, it's stuff that he claims at certain points that he was provoked into doing things. If you go back and look at some of those scenarios, the provocation were people challenging his ideology. That was the problem. Not people saying his name, not people threatening him, people challenging him because he get upset. He couldn't control that. He'll actually talk about being rebuked. That was that scenario. Him being rebuked by people because he has no way to attack them, so he needs to get personal.
I stole $3,000.
So Mississippi Wildlife, $5 to make G-Man mad. There you go. Y'all don't have to donate to this. I do this for free for the laws.
Hangouts was boring. Well, you needed somebody to go in there and do something. So I've trolled rooms before. You know what I mean?
He's trolled rooms before, folks. He's trolled room, but it was the evil atheists who are the downfall of the hangouts now. You hear him admitting to that. Now, anytime you hear him complain that people are just trolling, y'all remember that shit. He's over here admitting, we all knew that he did. He would sabotage hangouts and purposely go in and start blocking people and then talking over them. But the evil atheists are the reason why hangouts died. Yeah.
In fact, Veckel brags about going into some of these rooms and trolling them, especially if he thinks he's wasting his time. But a lot of Christians today don't do their hangouts no more. I'll start off with us because a lot of them are either working and they wasn't really working full-time jobs back then. And a lot of things are going on in their personal life right now where they can't do these shows. And number two, I don't know, people just aren't interested. They're burnt out from constantly having to talk to atheists all the time because a lot of times, again, these atheists would come in there and they'll pretend to want to have a conversation with you. But then, you know, not all of them, but a lot of them would be very trollish and it would hurt the community as a whole. What you see going on today here is you see a lot of echo chambers today. A lot.
Now, you notice that he mentions him trolling, but he doesn't attribute his trolling to the downfall. We see when he reiterated that. He didn't say, well, yeah, I contributed that. I did troll, but that also kind of led to the downfall, so I have to take responsibility. He didn't say that. He will mention that he trolled, but evidently that was in isolation. But then he'll reiterate the point that, well, evidently there were atheists to troll, but that led to the downfall. That's very interesting. That little stuff like that, folks, to catch on to. G-Man is incapable of taking responsibility. But he wants your money. He wants your fucking pity and empathy.
You see more echo chambers today than you seen back then, because a lot of us Christians just don't want to go into atheist hangouts, because they're the ones making the most hangouts right now in the great debate community. They're the ones who's making the most. And even with the echo chambers, they're getting super chats and they're making their money. And this is what they want anyway. And I'm not knocking them. I don't think there's anything wrong with you wanting to get paid to do a show. I don't think there's anything.
No, G-Man. That's you wanting to get paid to do shows. I don't need to get paid. I've activated this Patreon and super chat because people ask me. Some of the people in the chat right now who are here were some of the ones who asked me to open the shit up. If I don't get another dime, that's fine with me. That's absolutely fine. I've been doing this before super chats and Patreons and shit like that, and I'll do a little bit after. Up until, you know what? I move on with my life. It's about you. When have I said, G-Man? Let's see. I want to, because this is an interesting statement. When have I told people in seriousness that, oh no, you need to pay me in order for me to answer a question. Oh, you want to debate? Oh, you got to pay me. I've jokingly said, yeah, I don't get paid enough for this. But I've never actually, you've seriously made that stipulation. And actually recently, I've used some of the money that some of these people are donating to give to Tom Rabbit. And whatever the fuck Tom Rabbit does with it, that's his business. I don't mind recycling that money. That time. But that was payment for my viewers to get something that they want. An interaction between you and I. But hey, that's few and far between. But you thought somehow, you got $30 out of viewers, so somehow you were going to get more. You're going to grift more out of people? Not today, Jack.
They're wrong with that. But a lot of these people are getting their super chats. They're getting their donations and everything because of an echo chamber. And I'm sitting back and I'm watching some of these shows. I'm like, man, imagine if they had one of us in there and it was a good conversation.
He's hatching a scheme, folks. Does it sound like he's hatching a scheme?
You know, and when I say that their short-term greed kind of killed the hangout scene, it's because instead of them inviting Christians into their room to have a conversation like they claim they want to have, I mean a conversation, not invite one of us in there so that you can try to embarrass one of us. I'm talking about have a conversation. There's a difference between a conversation and a debate. When you're debating, you're trying to prove that your point is better than the others. While trying to learn at the process. When you're trying to, when you're having a conversation, you're sharing ideas with each other. So don't give me this, you want to have conversation nonsense. And then you have somebody come into the room and then you're intentionally attacking the person, the individual person, because a lot of people don't want to go through that. And the stupid thing about this is you can't say that Christians don't want to talk to atheists, because that's not true. Our goal, our mission in life is to talk to as many non-believers as possible because we want to win them to Jesus Christ. We want to change their minds about things. We look forward to the opportunity to talk to somebody who thinks different than us. You know what I mean? But we're not stupid either. We're not going to go into a room where we know that people are ultimately just going to try to one-up you, or they're going to try to they'll say it's not a debate and then make it a debate.
Oh, sorry. I was muted for that. My bad. So it was $2 from Wise Guy for G-Man's butthurt cream.
And then when you don't agree with them, you're all kinds of not educated. You're all kinds of like this, that, and the other and whatnot. I'm going to get into that in a minute, Blue. That's a part of it, and I'll get into the thumbnail in a minute. One of the annoying things about what I know the potential was with the Hangouts is that True Empiricism wanted to debate, agreed to have a debate with Dragnet. About intelligent design, which comports with reality better, intelligent design or evolution. And I remember being very happy about it, tried to promote it on my YouTube channel. I know True.
Yeah, I remember this too. And probably some of y'all remember this, where I had communicated. This is back when we actually communicated on the phone. I told him, look, this topic is ridiculous. You need to get him to narrow it down and to have certain stipulations, certain rules on how to have this entire thing. Because what ended up happening is that no one could get in contact with True in order to solidify a more narrow fucking topic. amongst a few other things, because he had some rules of the road. There were you couldn't say anything bad about him before the hangout, or he would quit. There's some bullshit like that because True is sensitive, and that's on him, right? But man, I've not heard his version of what happened, but some of us remember what happened.
Promoted it on this channel. Dragnut tried to, but then me and True was having private conversations. We thought that he was going to try to back out of it because I don't think that Drake knew that much about intelligent design. I think he knows what he knows about evolution, but I don't think he knows a whole lot about intelligent design.
So him and True came up with a conspiracy about me trying to back out of it. Really?
I stole $3,000.
Poor little G.
So,
go ahead and try to remember.
That debate got canceled. And if Drag was doing what he was doing now, like how he reviews videos and was getting super chats, and he did as well as he thought he was going to do, he would have made double, triple, or quadruple what he gets now. That's why I don't get the mindset of the atheists here on the internet. I know they want to.
Yeah, so while you were trying to remember what happened and you couldn't come up with some bullshit, so it goes towards, hey, well, Drag could have got a lot of money if that wouldn't have fallen through. Well, it wouldn't have mattered to me either way. I didn't get any money from doing my dirt bait with you. So that's, again, you're telling people what you're after, right? You're telling people that it's about the money for you. But fine, if you want to get paid on here, get paid, right? Ain't nobody mad at you. But don't try to bullshit people. G-Man, you're trying to bullshit people, okay? You're trying to bullshit. Yeah, I think he is trying. It's like, oh, well, Drag, look how much money you could make, Drag, if, you don't hurt my fucking feelings. Fuck you. I don't give a shit. If nobody donates, that's fine. This channel has entertainment in the category section for a reason. I didn't come to YouTube looking to make money. If I make a few bucks off, that's cool. I go get a fucking oil change. I go buy my wife some goddamn cheddar biscuits. You got me all the way fucked up, G-Man. You got me all the way fucked up. If you remember something about me, G-Man, there's something that I do on here, and I do it with you every so often for money. And it's a charity event. When somebody is in need, I go, hey, let me call up G-Man. People love hearing our interaction, and they will pay for it. Cool. This person needs surgery. This person needs toys for their kids. This person needs a new car. All that kind of stuff I've done over the years. That's the only time I've been after money. I've been after lobster biscuits and cheddar biscuits. But it's not been about that. You got me all the way fucked up, G-Man. All the way fucked up.
Make money. I watch the Drunken Peasant. They're smart. When I go on there, they maximize me when I go on there. When Brett King goes on there, they maximize Brett King when they're on.
And y'all don't get shit.
They'll even pay him. They make more money paying him to sit there and allow them to ridicule him than they do just being there themselves. But these atheists are so short-sighted that they don't get the bigger picture. If your audience is predominantly atheist and you bring a Christian into the room and you have a dialogue with each other, because remember, the Christian wants to talk to you anyway because you don't know Christ is your savior. You know what I mean? And Matt Slick could come to your channel if he didn't think that the room was filled with a bunch of trolls. Think about the super chats you would get then. A lot of these atheists just don't know what they're doing. That's why you have to give credit to when Kyle and Steve was doing the Non Sequitur show, because they approached their guest with respect and said, hey, we would like to have you come on the show, talk about this particular topic. Aaron Raw is going to be there. Engineer is going to be there. Mel's going to be there.
Engineer.
Redline's going to be there. So, you know what I mean? And they were organized about how they actually did it. And they got the person on there and they had an intellectual back and forth with each other. You know what I mean? And that show did better that way because they attempted to some degree on another to respect each other enough to have a conversation. The audience liked it and they gave their super chats and whatever they did with that.
Someone feels left out, folks.
You know what I mean? And that's what's missing from the great debate community. The great debate community died when atheists took everything like to another level and they started to like porn bomb these rooms.
Evil atheists again.
Didn't help because people didn't want to make the link public. I know for a fact Now on my main account, any of these accounts that I got, that when Hangouts was, because obviously Hangouts, the Hangouts is gonna be over August 1st. But if I made my links public, I already knew what kind of viewership I was gonna get. You know what I mean? Especially today with the newer people that are watching my channel, and I know how well some of these atheist channels would do if they could just put the link out there in the live chat without worrying about being sniped. I know how well some of these channels would do, especially some of these up and comers like Drag and let me see something. Well, Drag would have about 200 or 300 viewers a day if he had if he could put it out there in public and he had the right person to talk to. I believe that if atheists...
I actually do have people to talk to. I have quite a few. I have 2 in real life that I could talk to, and I have some others. So it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, G-Man. Again, I'm not really looking to grow this channel. There's another channel that I'm looking to grow in the future. But that's fine. If I get, if I hit 3,000, cool. Awesome. If I keep what I have here, I'm cool with that. I'm fine. I like my audience. I've gotten over 114 live viewers, which is awesome. But I'm fine with what I got. I think 80 now. That's fine. If I get 60, 50, that's fine.
I stole $3,000.
For G-Mont's hurt feelings.
Hurt feeling. $10 from Angry Real Taco Bell for Mrs. D. Well, I guess she knows what she's getting tonight then, because actually I'm taking off with my little brother to go to movies with Mama Drag and Auntie Drag. I'm not sure how to refer to her, but yeah. Courtney Love. I'm gonna have to end this soon and do part 2 tomorrow or something. It's just some fat Courtney Love.
It wasn't so greedy with just trying to invite us for free all the time, and just trying to embarrass. You would get more Christians on your show, and I ain't saying you got to pay us, because there's a lot of people that come on in for free. I'm one of them. The problem is, when you develop the reputation as of being a troll, being a person that can't stay on topic, a person that can't even answer questions, a person that wants to talk about everybody's personal life instead of having a serious conversation and using the education that you claim you have, nobody's going to want to come on your show. It's just that simple. I can get a Hebrew Israelite to come on my show. I can get the Chemetics to come on my show.
Oh, speaking of that, folks. Speaking of that, some of y'all who are in Discord, I think it might have been today or yesterday, some of y'all know who I've been talking to. Actually, Odd Talk knows who I've been talking to. If y'all want to see some Chemetics and Black Hebrew Israelites, y'all just wait. I'm talking to some right now. So G-Man thinks he's cornering that market. You got another thing coming.
I can get Jehovah's Witnesses and Mormons and other people to come on my show, because when I come on here, I at least give them time to talk. I give them time to say what they're going to say, and they know I tell them before they even come on here, I'm going to disagree with you. I just watch my channel so you can see how it's going to happen, and then that's it. I don't lie to people and invite people into a room like Tom Rabbit did and say, oh, well, we're not trying to embarrass Christians. Meanwhile...
Yep, Jeremy Pace, he is just mad you get more live views in a day than he gets a total views in a week. Yep, Jeremy, there you go. Even for a tanker, Jeremy got it. Look at that.
Keep bringing up all the negative things about Darwin's deity, negative things about other Christians online. Like his channel is.
Well, he's really complaining that Tom is bringing up negative things. Tom takes the audio from Darth's own conversations and plays them. That's it. Oh, I'm sorry, Submariner. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're going a long tube with a bunch of men. That's fine. No judgment. Tom plays Darth's own audio. What do you want him to do? Put flowers and shit on it? Like, I'm sorry, the dude's a trash bag. He's a walking garbage pile. That's why his own kids don't even like him. There's a reason he is where he is in life. Alone, sadly divorced man, or half a man at that. There's a reason why. I kissing his ass for whatever reason. I don't know why, but you know what? If Darth is making Christians look bad, maybe you need to talk to Darth Dawkins then. How about that?
You get to laugh at this person, laugh at this person, laugh at this person, laugh at this person, while claiming he's not. Well, we're not stupid. You can convince your echo chamber that that's the case, but you can't convince us of that. We see right through that nonsense. So my whole thing is, I think that these shows on YouTube would do so much better if there was a certain amount of empathy and a certain, which you guys don't practice. I'm sorry, but I don't believe empathy is practiced in the atheist community. All right. If I'm wrong, somebody's going to prove me wrong at some point. But atheists need to learn how to talk to people with respect. Like I said, look at Steve McCray and Kyle. People ain't, I can guarantee you they're not going, hey, you piece of garbage, Ken Hovind. Listen,
He needs respect, folks. G-Man demands respect and empathy. No. G-Man, when you show that you are worthy of respect and empathy, then maybe people will have the wherewithal to show it to you. But you've shown over the years that you're not. You're simply not. That's why there's a few Christians that have my personal phone number, and I will spend several hours talking to them. Even though I know they're long-winded, even though I know, you know what, I'm going to dedicate some time, but I get good conversations out of them. And I always treat them with respect. I've never not treated the person I'm thinking of. I've never mistreated that person, to the best of my knowledge. Because that particular Christian has shown me respect. He shows other people respect. He has integrity. You don't. You need to, and Fiona's a good example. Fiona's a good example. I don't have the Scottish, like, telnet, talk anytime, all anytime. I mean, I don't know any Scottish jokes, folks. So I don't know. All I know are derogatory words for Scottish people from Doc Savage. So I can't make those jokes. Donated in the name of G-Man and his emotional hemorrhoids. Yeah. So like it's sad. But the fact that you don't get treated with respect, maybe G-Man, just maybe, and I'm about to end this, folks. I'm gonna take off and get ready. Maybe it's because you aren't worthy of respect. Maybe because you don't respect the people you're talking to, the people that you engage with, the people that you reference, even in this whatever you call this video. You don't take any responsibility for any of the things, and I'll fully take responsibility for the downfall of G plus or whatever people want. That's fine. I'm a big boy. I'll be all right. I'll take responsibility for my part. When you start taking responsibility for something, then maybe you can talk about respect. But right now, in my eyes, no. Well, I'm supposed, like, people are supposed to team up with G-Man. You know, people are supposed to team up with G-Man so we can make some real money. No. If I don't make another cent and keep what integrity I have, I'll be okay. That's okay. That is absolutely fine. Because when you are able to somehow muster enough, I don't know, whatever it is that you need to muster to get you to understand that you need to take some responsibility and stop being a dickhole, then you know what? Maybe we'll chat. Maybe we'll chat. So I'm going to end this, folks. I'm trying to, Sabella, I can't click on that when it's in Discord. I have to transfer it to, I can't click on it when it's here. All right. So Sabella wants folks to go to this channel, I think. So I'm not, okay. I guess it's a new channel. All right. So go to that channel for Sabella. There you go. All right, folks. I'm heading out. Do part 2 of these videos later.